Hey guys, this is Jack, problem solver at Weeldi, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to share with you guys some tips and tricks for building self-managed templates, particularly with writing low-code instructions. As someone who is fairly new to using Weeldi, I know firsthand it could seem overwhelming when first trying to build automations, especially when it comes to writing low code. But I hope that with these tips that I give, you guys will feel better equipped to tackle these challenges yourself. So in this video, I'm going to be walking through what I think is one of the most useful tools when writing low code, which is ChatGPT or your choice of large language model. There's many great ones out there. Using an LLM can be extremely helpful for either troubleshooting a specific issue or even just getting started writing a particular section of low code. But I've found that it's very important to prompt it a particular way to make sure that you're getting effective responses. So first, you should really only use this type of tool for small tasks rather than trying to build an entire template with one prompt. For example, you might ask it for help clearing a login page or extracting a set of account numbers, or any other small tasks like that. Otherwise, I find it tends to be a little bit less accurate. And something that also ties into that is, especially as you start trying to do more complex tasks, the LLM will rarely nail it on the first try. Instead, it usually takes some back and forth to arrive at a solution. And so keeping your tasks minimal helps to ensure that this back and forth doesn't get too complicated. Of course, you could feel free to build entire templates with an LLM. Just be sure to break it into small digestible chunks to get the best results. And so once you do have your task in mind, you could, get started writing a prompt. But in this video, I will provide you guys some concrete steps that I like to take when writing a prompt asking for low code, and I hope it helps you guys. So the very first thing I like to do is provide some context. This will always include our low code advanced documentation, which of course can be downloaded from our Weeldi's resources page. And second, I like to attach a screenshot of the page that I'm working on so that it is able to reference all of the different things on the screen. Of course, for the purpose of the video, I'm just using a dummy website, but in reality, you have to always make sure that you're not attaching any sensitive information with the screenshot of the page. And finally, it's important to provide some sort of description to the LLM as to what context it is receiving. Of course, you could just copy what I have here, but just quickly explain the low-code documentation and the screenshot that you provided. So once you get that out of the way, you can now start to describe your task. Again, it's very important that you think through the task in detail before actually prompting. You want to know exactly what you're going to do and how you want to approach it. It's better not to leave it up to the LLM on how to actually execute the task. And so here I've put in a quick little task for the page that I attached. And so notice how specific I am in detailing the step-by-step instructions. You want to make sure that the instructions are clear. When possible, you can include examples from the page to help the LLM better understand your objective. And also make sure that you make it clear if there are any input values that it has to deal with, as well as examples for those input values. So for this specific task, I basically just wanted to extract a cost for a specific item on the screen, compare it with an input value, and if they match, we could add it to cart. Otherwise, we skip ahead in the instructions. And so I provided it the input values that it can be expecting, and this will be the item name and the expected item cost. And so for the low code itself, for the provided item name, we want to extract the cost that appears on the page. And so if it receives the onesie input value, we want to extract this cost. And then after we extract it, we want to compare this cost with the input value, which is expected item cost. If the amount extracted is equal, then we could add it to cart. Otherwise, we will skip ahead. Lastly, it can be very helpful to provide some HTML context as well to give the LLM access to things like element names or class names. And notice how I only provide the HTML for the elements that it'll actually have to interact with, the item header, the item cost, and the add to cart button. It's important that you don't overwhelm the LLM with non-relevant context or HTML. Like you don't want to be attaching an entire page at once. Just attach the things that are relevant. And the same caution applies here as it does to the screenshots. You want to make sure that any sensitive information is removed before you attach the HTML. So once you hit all these steps, of course, proofread your prompt first. Make sure you hit everything that you want to and describe everything clearly. And when you're ready, you could send over the prompt. And I'll just skip ahead until we actually receive the answer. So we've gotten our response from ChatGPT, and it looks pretty good to me. It basically gets the price below the item name input value. It'll normalize it by stripping the dollar sign if it needs to, and then it'll compare that normalized price that was extracted from the page with the input value expected item cost. If they're equal, we could skip to this branch and add it to cart by clicking below the item name on the add to cart button. Otherwise, if it's anything other than equal, we'll skip to the done branch, which skips past the add to cart step. And so we'll go ahead and jump into Live Interact and actually paste these instructions right into it to see how it performs. And that's typically the best thing that you could do. So we have a job here that we're ready to kind of test it with. You can see that I have the input values configured as expected item cost $7.99, item name Sauce Labs onesie. And so when we copy and paste the code from ChatGPT, we can expect it to click on the add to cart button since the prices should match. And so we'll go ahead and run the job and jump right into the Live Interact page. I already have the low code written that will log into the page. And so basically we just need to wait for those steps to occur and then click on the Live Interact in order to take over the job once we're at the correct step. So we're at the correct page now. So I'm going to go ahead and take over. And so now that we're taken over, we could go ahead and copy the low code that ChatGPT gave us, paste it into the box, and see what it does. So perfect, you can see from the advanced log, it retrieved the price from the page. It then removed the dollar sign, compared it with the input value. You could see that we got that it's equal. And then it attempted that click on the add to cart button. And from the live page, you could see that it clicked it appropriately. And so this is typically the step where you might have some errors that are showing up or something might not have worked as expected. And like I said, with complex tasks, that's usually how it goes. And so if that were the case, you could head back into ChatGPT and give it the exact error that you got, or give it the step that went wrong and ask it to try to tweak it. If possible, provide more context or a screenshot of exactly what happened. But yeah, I really hope this guide helps you guys write some low code. And thank you for watching.